What is going on, Vox and Tenacious Fox here? We're back for another match in the JLPC Draft League. We are your coach of the Indie Ivysaurs. This week we are taking on PokePrimer and his Anaheim Appletons. Going into this match, he is 6-1, so we're going up against basically our toughest stretch of matches. Because the next two opponents that we take on are 5-3, and we are in the midst of a playoff run. I think up to this point, let's talk about this after the match. We'll talk about playoffs after the match. But first thing I see against this team, he does not bring his Suicune and he does not bring his Incineroar, which is really good for me because basically this means that my Volcanion, which is Specs, can basically just come in here and drop a Steam Eruption on basically anything on his team except for this Vileplume. So we can basically destroy anything on his team with a Steam Eruption except for this Vileplume. He's not really going to want to switch into that. Or really we can go for Flamethrower as well. Flamethrower is actually really free on his team. Super free. And I don't see the Incineroar, which is huge for my team because that thing was just going to come in and basically get a knockoff on one of my mods. And I did not want to see that thing. So I was super happy that he didn't bring those. Probably a mistake on his part. And I think we kind of talked about it that he didn't do the best prep that he probably could have. But anyways, we're going to start this match off. We're going to lead, not seeing Suicune and not seeing Incineroar. I know we're just going to leave this Volcanion and we're going to start off with some pressure. He does go to the Corsola Galar. We're going to go for the Steam Eruption. We actually get a burn, only our second one of the season on the Steam Eruption. We can tell that this thing is pretty especially bulky. Obviously Eviolite helps it. He puts up the Stealth Rocks, which we definitely do not want on our side of the field, but he is going to go into this Vileplume. I probably could have just... Oh, wait, no, I couldn't have stayed in there because of Specs. Never mind. Never mind. So we're going to go into Cryogonal. He's going to, I believe, Sludge Bomb me. Sorry. He's going to get the poison, so that's really unlucky for us. That was a 10% poison. No, Sludge Bomb was a 30%, I'm pretty sure. So he does get that, and we're going to get the lefty recovery. And honestly, I'm just going to go for the knockoff. And I go for the knockoff, and he actually switches into his Rotom Frost, probably expecting either a Freeze Dry or probably a Rapid Spin. And I really did want to go for a Rapid Spin, but I was really worried that he would switch into Corsola, and then my Rapid Spin would be meaningless. And I wanted to... He probably wrestled with this thought as well, because if I went for the knockoff and got his Corsola, then he was losing his Violite. But we actually this is actually better for us, because we actually end up knocking off the Pegasus. So he's going to lose his Choice Scarf, which is super good for us. I do believe he goes for the trick here, and we are going to Rapid Spin and just get rid of this thing, or get rid of the rocks on our side of the field. At this point, I don't have any recovery on this, and he just took my leftovers. So I'm just going to Toxic this Rotom Frost and put this thing on a timer. And luckily, we do land the Toxic. He's going to finish us off with a Volt Switch. Oh, he actually does not finish us off with a Volt Switch, but the Poison will. Which means we're going to go in Volcanion. And again, he's going to take massive damage from this Flamethrower, and he knows Flamethrower is coming. And he knows a lot of his team cannot take it. I don't know why he didn't go to the Tornadus. He might have thought I was Scarf, but Scarf Volcanion actually can't outspeed the Torn-T. I don't think. I'm pretty sure he just outspeeds me. So we can't. He could have gone to that, and I was a little bit surprised he let me take this thing down here. Because we're gonna go for the Flamethrower, and he's just gonna leave it in, and we're gonna claim the kill. He's going to go to the Rotom Frost. We obviously cannot stay in. He's going to Thunderbolt our Comfey, which is a physically defensive Comfey, because I expected him to have the Incineroar, and I figured this was the only thing that I wanted taking a knockoff. I could basically take a knockoff, U-turn out, and kind of pivot around it. And that was the only thing that I really felt like I could do against it. But he is going to Thunderbolt me. Then he's going to Volt Switch. I'm just going to stay in. I'm going to actually go for the Calm Mind. So I didn't run calcs, and it was probably a huge mistake not running calcs because I thought that Giga Drain would do a lot more to this Dugtrio after I called mine, and it doesn't really do that much. So he's gonna Dynamax, and we are gonna go for the Giga Drain, which ends up doing about 15%. And now I know that this thing is definitely got some HP investment because it should have done about 30%, I believe. So I was expecting about 30%. He's going to max Steel Spike, get the defense boost, which is super bad for me. Super bad for me. So we're going to go Rilla. And I know that Rilla can live any one attack from this thing and go for Drain Punch. And then if Drain Punch doesn't kill, then we have a decent shot at killing with the Grassy Glide. So this next play is actually a huge play because this Dugtrio could sweep me right now if he kills my Rillaboom. It could absolutely sweep me. He's going to go for the Max Airstream. It's going to actually crit, and he almost did kill me with Max Airstream. It should not have done that much, probably about half. We are going to go for the Drain Punch, and we get lucky as well, and we crit. I'm going to let this do its thing. So we do get a crit. Now, the crit does matter because that Drain Punch could do a max of 57%. I believe it was like a 48 to 57%. Basically, after that Drain Punch and the healing from Grassy Drain, there is a small chance that Grassy Glide would not kill. Now, it would have been a roll in my favor. I do believe they were rolls in my favor. But there was a chance that this Dugtrio could have survived. So that does really affect his gameplay here, because if I lose this thing, I probably have to go to Dragonite to try to finish this thing off, because I really cannot finish it off with anything else. So he gets really pretty unlucky there with the crit, just because he had a chance to stay in. Now, here I wrestled with this play for quite a while. He even asked like, are you still there, bro? But basically, I could switch out and save my Rillaboom, and this thing would not kill me. And I figured he ends up going for Air Slash, but I thought he might have Hurricane. So I thought, maybe he goes for the Hurricane and misses, and then you turn out if here and survive. But what would have been really bad is if he U-turned here, and I switched out, and then he's got momentum. And I really did not want that, so I am just going to hope that he goes for the U-turn here, and I can U-turn back. So I do go for U-turn. He goes for the Air Slash, takes me out, and that was honestly the safest play for me. Honestly, the safest play, because honestly, this matchup right here is the one that I wanted to see. Because I know that this thing has got knockoff, I know it has U-turn, and my Mesprit, it's weakness policy, baby. It's weakness policy. And so we're going to go for the Dynamax. He is going to knock off, pop our weakness policy. And now we got a +2 Mesprit sitting in his face. And it's just going to do absolute work. Max Hailstorm is going to take that thing out. He's going to actually go into Rotom Frost. He's going to Volt Switch just to kind of grind me down. He's going to go into the Galar, and we are going to finish that guy off. He is going to go into Rotom Frost once again. Volt Switch, he's just going to try to wear me out with this Rotom Frost because it does outspeed me. He's going to go Clefairy. We're going to take that thing out as well. And now, because he wore me down, he can actually come in here with his Rotom Frost and take me out. So I'm not sure what the rolls were, to be honest with you, but he goes for Blizzard here, and that made perfect sense to me. Because Hail was up, and it was 100% gonna hit me. So now I've got two choices. I can go to Volcanion, and based on his set, the only way he kills Volcanion with a Thunderbolt is if he crits me. So I have to hope that he doesn't crit me. There's another reason I have to go to Volcanion, is that Dragonite would probably not live a Blizzard in the Hail, even though it is got multi-scale. It's just probably going to do way too much to out-heal it with Roost. Basically what I have to do here is hope that he does not crit me on the Volcanion, and then go to Dragonite. If he does crit me, then I got to do Dragonite and stall him out until this Toxic KOs. So that's what we're going to do here. So he is going to We're going to go into Volcanion. It's going to go for the Thunderbolt. I kind of wince a little bit because it does 88%, which I think was a max roll, or pretty close to a max roll. But it's not going to kill. We're going to get the Flamethrower, take out the Rotom Frost, and we end up getting the 2-0 victory over Primer, who was actually 6-1 before this, and is now 6-2. So, a really, really big win for us. That puts us at 5-3. We're on a 4-game win streak, and we've put ourselves perfectly into the playoff picture. At this point, if we can win one of our last 2 matches, mathematically we could still not make playoffs, but it's a very low chance because we have a good. I'm pretty sure we have a pretty large differential lead over the next person up. But yeah, we need 1 win out of our last 2 matches, and we could get the wild card. But also, if we win both of our matches, there's also a chance that we could actually take the division. We're not going to be able to get a bye round unless Jay just completely tanks his last 2 matches. But we are very close to making playoffs. We just need to win one of our last 2 matches, and we should be in. But we really need to win our last 2 matches to make sure. But anyways, guys, that is going to be all for this video. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys leave some thumbs up, some comments, and let me know how you liked it. But as always, Fox out.